Hello, and welcome to the Planetary Light Grid Network. I'm your host, Edline, and I will be bringing you insights, knowledge, and guidance from our teachers, masters, and healers to help you find and live a life on purpose. Come join us in co-creating the new Earth through the Planetary Light Grid Network. Visit us at www.planetarylightgridnetwork.com to learn more. Today, I'm sharing a very special panel discussion that answers that burning question: what is the planetary light grid? Fellow lightworkers get together to discuss this to help broaden your understanding. So if this resonates with you and your path, we invite you to stick around. The time is now. Feel free to comment or ask any questions that come up for you. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Okay, great. So as you know, we're here to answer a few questions about the light grid. And I wanted to first start by just introducing ourselves, and then we can get right into what the light grid means to you. These are the questions that were asked of us. How have you worked with the light grid? And maybe you could share a little bit about your experience. So my name is Edline, and I'm from Southern California in the USA. And I'd like for us let's go around and introduce ourselves first before we get into it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stacy Hanna. I live in Southern Delaware at the beaches of Eastern United States. And I'm really excited to be here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elissa. I live in Edline, British Columbia, Canada, in the northern wilderness of Canada, up beside Alaska. It's nice to see you today.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm in Florida in the United States, and I'm so thankful to be here today.
Awesome. Okay, so now the first question that has been asked of us is what the light grid means to you. And I've been asked this personally a couple of times, and my housemate has been wanting us to do a video about what is it? So I guess I'll go ahead and start. So I consider the light grid basically is like these energy pathways that we connect to, that's over the earth, and we connect ourselves with mountains and oceans and sacred sites that are all over the planet. And then we connect with those energetically, and then we connect with each other. And doing so, we are able to send like healing energy to and from ourselves and these sacred sites across the planet, and affect humanity in this manner. Those are the best words that I could come up with right off the top of my head to explain it. What about you all?
For me, I think for me, the most profound aspect for me was that in my individual journey in the beginning of my path, I always obviously had to focus on myself, healing myself, understanding kind of what really is going on in the path of spirituality. But when I was able to connect into the planetary light grid, it's like I moved out from just being understanding the self to the oneness, the unity consciousness, really. And that really like skyrocketed my path forward, in the sense that I was able to expand my consciousness to heighten reality that I had never experienced before. And I also feel like the energy light grid is kind of like we have with our internal body, we have our chakras and our sacredness of our human body, physical body, but also Mother Earth has that as well. And connecting with these sacred sites and the planetary grid just is an amazing healing aspect for not only ourselves, but also for Mother Earth.
To me, the light grid is about unity consciousness and moving into a deeper connection with how light and energy and information is flowing from these stars into our mountains, into our sacred sites, into the earth, through the grid around the planet. Um, and all of humanity that is working towards bringing in the energies of the new earth. So to me, the light grid is an opportunity to put my energy into creating the world that I want to live in, that is harmonious and balanced and connected with the earth.
Wow, that's amazing.
To me, the light grid brings opportunity to make a positive impact on humanity and the earth by using the crystalline grid within the sacred sites and mountains and different places on the map around the globe. And it's a special place where I feel we can use our spiritual talents to truly make the world a better place.
That is amazing. I just love this work that we do together. I think that it's been so amazing for me to connect with you guys and the light grid, and to experience the things that we have experienced together. And I think it's amazing how we're sharing it with the planet now. And I often take a role in working like in the oceans and helping to clear like emotional trauma for the planet. I mean, we can get into some other specifics. I give an example, but like for me, like I like to work with the oceans because like it really helps me kind of focus my energy and the healing, with emotional healing, because it's so fluid. That's been my like personal, like the thing that I like to work with the most. Do you guys have like a certain way that you like to work with the light grid the most?
For me, I also like the ocean, and much like you, I live right next to it. So it's a wonderful thing to allow the flow of the energy, kind of like if you remember being out on oceans, and if you are lucky to be in the areas where you can, just allow yourself to like rock yourself. It's almost like a putting a baby to sleep, right? It's just like that smooth little wave flowing through you. And that's an energy that you can take, but also like amplify. So I love working with the oceans, just because it's soothing. I feel like that's like a second home for me, if you will. But also I enjoy like the strength of like what mountains can bring into us. The energy, it's just like a magnificent, like sovereign power that is just a presence. It's just a wonderful feeling to look at. They're so like majestic. Feeling into those energies, and I think they're all different types of energies. Like even the forest, it's like a huge ecosystem of things happening, and it's just all fluid. Yeah, I would say both the mountains and the oceans are what I really like.
That's wonderful. I've had some great experiences with mountains as well.
Me too. I started learning about the light grid through connecting energy lines between different mountains. At the very beginning of this journey, I was given sacred ceremonies from Peru to connect energy lines between our mountains here in northern Canada with certain mountains in Peru. And when I did the ceremony, I saw that this was not new. This was actually an ancient energetic pathway that existed for thousands of years, and humanity had simply fallen asleep or forgotten. that there is this network, this energy system of how energy flows around the planet that connects the mountains and sacred sites together. And we have been disconnected in so many ways from ourselves and from the planet. And I love how the light grid helps me to reconnect with the spirit of the land and the consciousness of the mountains, which gives me so much strength and wisdom and inspiration, and helps me connect with other people that are on a similar wavelength. And I also really love how we can heal and transmute emotions through the light grid in a group, personally within ourselves, but through the collective consciousness. And that has been so exciting and empowering for myself.
For me as well. It's been absolutely amazing.
I often find myself anchoring cosmic and galactic light into the light grid. And a role that I really enjoy is transmuting negativities with the help of my spirit guides and with my star family and everybody in the group.
Yes. That actually brings me to the next question, because which is, share any roles that you have taken with the light grid. So one time Amanda was called to do this process, and there were 4 of us that showed up, and so I decided I would take the role of um, Atlas, which was the father in the Pleiadian star system, and the other role was Merope, which is a daughter of the 7 sisters. And I was very unfamiliar with the story when this happened. I'm not now. um, so I found myself in the middle of this role play, processing these emotions between mother and father. And my father had just passed, literally 2 to 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks before before Amanda got the call to have this process. And then I showed up, and I didn't even understand what was happening. I was just like, yeah, sure, I will hold the space for Atlas, which is the father. So I found myself in this like reverse role play, because my father and I, come to find out, had a very similar dynamic, where he wasn't around and he didn't do things actively to protect me and keep me from danger, so to speak, because he really just wasn't there. So the stories aren't exactly, but they're very, very similar. And um, it was the most profound healing at the perfect time. Um, and I think because Amanda and I were so connected because of the light grid work that we had done before, it felt like it was for me and my father to process. And it was just so amazing and healing how something so specific for my life could be actually healing for the collective in a way. So, oh my goodness, thank you for having that call. And I'm still in a little bit of disbelief, um, but that's just me. But I know I believe it. I felt every emotion like flow through me and clear. It was, wow, so profound. So I would love to hear some other experiences that you guys have had, like working with the light grid.
Well, for me, I'm also drawn to the sun. In my physical eye, not just my mind's eyes, but my physical eyes, I can actually see energies. And when I sun gaze, I can see the aura around the sun change from colors to colors. So I've always had this drawing like the sun and energies, and basically pulling those energies from the sun and connecting them to the planet grid has been a role that I've played. and in the sense that I just amplify divine love light. There's another person in our group that transforms darkness, but for whatever reason, I've been drawn to amplify the light. And as we all know, one little candle can light up a whole entire room. So I've always felt drawn to just hold that space for positive transformation. And also, it's helped heal so many parts of myself in that process. And I know that when we think of healing, we think of not just physical ailments, but I've had physical ailments actually heal like an unbelievable record time, if we allow ourselves to be worthy of that. And I think those are some of the emotions that come out that become healed. Because because emotions are the results of all these experiences we have, and we choose what those emotions will come out to be. So I've felt always drawn to take an understanding of my consciousness and my emotions and hold the space for it to be a positive experience regardless of what's going on. And that in a sense has been a healing for me personally, that has enabled me to expand my consciousness to say I'm worthy of this love that I'm giving out, that I'm worthy of helping others and others seeing me for the truth that I am. And that's obviously a big step for most people.
Yes. So healing.
One of the roles that I have taken with the light grid is helping all the higher dimensional frequencies that are coming into the planet, helping them actually make it all the way through into the inner core of our planet, and then being able to also open up from the inner core of the planet back out to the physical surface of our planet. And I feel that is really important and really deep, because by going through this process, I feel like it has begun to heal part of like the origin and the root causes of why this planet and humanity has been out of balance. And I feel like there is limitless light from the stars in the galactic sun that is flowing to the earth, but humans are needed to receive the light, to anchor the light into our bodies, to anchor the light into the land and the mountains, and anchor the light into the inner earth. And only when the light is anchored can our physical reality begin to change, and our physical reality become the light and become balanced and at peace. So that has been a very exciting journey that I have been so grateful to have so many people in our group support and be part of with me.
Yeah, and making such a profound difference. It is.
One specific experience working with the light grid that sticks out in my mind often really helped me to realize my spiritual like power and the gifts themselves. We were helping to bring humanity to a higher timeline and releasing all of the negativities and traumas and essentially the childhood wounds of humanity. And when all of my spirit guides showed up, specifically ascended masters and beings within Mount Shasta, it really made me aware of just how profound our work is and how supported we are on not just like a solar system level, but like really the universe is just so behind us with our work within the light grid and how we are making a difference for the positivity of humanity moving forward.
Thank you. I feel that too. I've often like get messages at the end of our processes that we'll do, and I want to make sure that I tell you that the message is like celebrate, because it's time to relax, and you know, we've done our work for the day or for the session, and it was received. And so I'm so grateful to be a part of the group, and that we all can share in this work together. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I truly hope you enjoyed the video and got some useful information. We'd love to see your comments and questions below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. I'll be doing videos like this one every Thursday, including some interviews. And you can see Elissa's aura reading show on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our group has been doing meditations for about a year now, light grid meditations, and we're opening that up for everyone every other Sunday. We're going live with our meditations on YouTube and Facebook. And as you know, the more of us that get together and meditate at the same time, the more powerful we are. So look for those and please join us. Would you like to be a guest on our YouTube channel? I've got a link in the description. Click that for more information for a chance to be on our channel. We'd love to hear from you if you have a story or experience you'd like to share with us about the light grid. See you in the next video.